Bonjour, everyone. Hi, this is Neshi Lokotz. Welcome to Star Nation Organization's main fan page right here at Facebook, where I do a daily live stream, or nearly every day, live stream, all around the divination card, the oracle card that I draw in the morning. And that's the point of discussion and actually the spiritual conversation, which I really enjoy with our community here and those in the chat room, right? Yeah, and so the intention every day is to have Spirit show us what's most important for us to know about for today, the energy that's flowing today. Gotta fix my camera. There we go. For our highest good, right, and for our soul growth. So that is the reason for the live stream. So welcome. Today is Wednesday, March 27th. We're almost near the end of the month. Can you believe that? It went by like that, didn't it? Like the blink of an eye. All right, so before we get too far down the road with the chatting, I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to like and share the live stream, and I invite you to do the same thing. It's even if you just send it to one friend, or send it to your own timeline. And the reason why we ask people to do this for us is because it helps us to be in the newsfeed a little bit more often. And so that those souls that are looking for this kind of information, looking for this kind of community or this kind of, information, is that it's easier for them to find us. And so I'm going to share it and like it. I'm sharing it over to my newsfeed, just so that my friends know that I'm live streaming. And asking them to join us. There we go. There, it's done. Doesn't take long. Doesn't take long at all. But we do appreciate you helping us out with that. Yeah. So, I got this. I don't know. We have a message from Be Live here. Hang on. Let me read this. It says, oh, that's good. For the longest time, in the groups when we would use Be Live TV, there are partners who help us do these kind of really neat kind of interview possibilities and showing pictures and that kind of stuff. For a long time, we using Be Live in a group was kind of a pain, because we couldn't see who was actually making the comments. And that all came about when Facebook had that issue with releasing people's information, that kind of thing. And this was what, maybe a year ago? Not quite. And so it looks like Be Live has fixed that. And so they have a special link that we can send to groups now. That's kind of nice. We'll get you guys that information, and I actually need to get that information to the show hosts. Yeah, so that's good. That's good news. Good news at the end of near the end of the Mercury retrograde, where we got one today and tomorrow, and we also have the shadow of it. Yeah. I wish it was over. The whole month of March. Let's see who's in the chat. Julie Shumway Hill's here. Hello, Julie. Good to have you here. And Rochelle is saying, hello, Neshi. Hello, Rochelle. And Kimberly's here. Hello, Kimberly. Good to have you here. And look, Polly Joe. Polly Joe's in the house. Hello there, Polly Joe. Good to have you here. And Rochelle says, shared and grounded. Yay. That is so good to hear, Rochelle. Thank you so much for doing both. And Polly Joe, thank you, Polly Joe. She shared too. And look who's in the house, Rob Kendall. Good to have you back, Rob. Kind of missed you. Yeah. Missed your sense of humor. Kimberly says, like and shared 3 times. Yay. Thank you, Kimberly. That is so nice of you. Thank you. But yeah, what do you know, Polly Joe? What do you know? She knows a lot. And there's Pat. Hello, Pat. Good afternoon to you too. It's good to have you here. So today's Wednesday, middle of the week, right? Yeah. And actually, I don't know about you, but the energy felt different today compared to the last week or so. Yesterday was a challenging day. It really was. I was sharing this with Polly Joe last night. Hey, Christine, good to have you here. Good to have you here. Yesterday, the energy almost felt like kind of off balance, kind of. I mean, I'd get my balance, and then the energy would shift left or right, and it was like, okay, we got to hop over here. No, we got to hop over there, and staying balanced and grounded was it was a challenge yesterday. And so, and today the energy for me feels quite different. Things aren't exactly speeding ahead, but there's it's much smoother. It's not as rough. It kind of reminded me of rough seas yesterday, and yeah. So today's a little bit calmer. A little bit. Polygo says a lot for sure. Yeah, it feels different. It feels different. Minnie Cansman's in the house. Hello, one of my sisters is in the house. Liked and shared. Thank you, Minnie. I appreciate that. And I'm sure the souls who are searching, you remember when we were, and we still are, aren't we? Seekers. We're always curious about something, or we're searching for something. And usually it's spiritual information. And so I remember way back in the day, right, when, and this was before internet. The internet got started in 1996. And it was like, go to the bookstore and searching for books, or searching for somebody to have this kind of conversation with, right? And to tell you the truth, I've been doing this since I was 17. When I had my little death, the shamanic death is what I'm talking about. And outside of my family, and even inside my family, it was just a couple of people I could talk to about it. But there was, my high school friends. No, every time I'd start the conversation, there's something else more pressing, like the party that's coming up on Saturday night, or are you going here? Are you going there? Kind of thing. Yeah. So to have this venue, this outlet, this place where we can have spiritual conversation and interesting information about the energy that's flowing, right? Yeah. Yeah. Minnie says, my day yesterday was very shifty constantly. I had to go with it. I know what you mean. I was trying to explain it to Polly Joe last night. I was trying to say, I thought I had it, and it's like, okay, we got this. All right, we're it's good now. Okay. And then the energy would shift, and it would like shift left or right, it felt like. And it's like, okay, we got to go over here now. And you jump over there, and you get kind of settled, and then it would shift again. And then you had to jump in the other direction. My team showing me, do you guys remember playing Chinese jump rope? Do you remember that? Chinese jump rope? It's the two parallel kind of bungee cord kind of, and you'd have to, jump back and forth over it, and there was counting. I still know how to count in Chinese. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, kuju. That was from grade school. How to play Chinese jump rope. But that's kind of the image that they gave me, because we were jumping from the left to the right, right to the left. And yeah. So today feels much different. Kind of like this one. All right. So I want to mention a couple things to you guys. We're working on Star Nations magazine, the April edition, and the April issue. And we're very close to getting all of the articles prepped and over to Elm for the layout. I'm having a blast finding the pictures. Now, I am going to share something after the show on the Star Nations Radio Network closed group, and probably the Star Nations magazine public group. I was I'm looking for an image for the cover, right? And I've got 3 images, and I like them all. They don't have any of the titles or anything on it, but I thought I would share the selection with you guys and see which picture kind of grabs you and says, yeah, that would really look nice. Because like I said, all three of them, I would be okay with any one of the three. And that's kind of the dilemma, right? Is picking and choosing. Now, when I tapped into my spiritual team, and because I have a whole slew of them that works with me with the magazine, and they're the ones saying, let's ask them again, because that was fun. Let's ask them again. And so we're going to be putting it out as a survey or a poll, and you guys can vote on which one you'd like to see as the cover. Okay. So there's that. And the other thing is that we're also working on publishing a book for our new author, Madonna De Paulo. And I don't know if you caught my interview with her 2 weeks ago, I think it was. Yeah. We're inching into the final pieces for the layout, and yeah. So I'm hoping, in fact, it actually could be done later this evening or possibly even tomorrow morning. And so that's so exciting. It's so exciting. We're so close to being able to publish and launch that book. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I am. Wait till you guys see it. The artwork was done by Christine Pollock, one of my sisters, and she's an artist, and it's kind of funny how that went, because it started out with Eddie Mullins, right? Eddie writes for us, and he used to have a show too, but he writes for us now, and he knows the author, and she was talking about getting it edited, the manuscript, and Eddie referred her to Sharon Rosenblum. And Sharon is one of my other sisters, but she is also an assistant editor here at Star Nation. She's part of the executive team. And she is also a contributing writer. And so she's editing Madonna's book, and Madonna is saying she's searching which way to go with publishing, and she was also looking for an illustrator. So Sharon hooked her up with Christine, and then she was sharing with Christine, I don't know who to go with publishing, and Christine sent her to me. And Minnie wrote a review for the book. So it's like, you can't make this stuff up. You can't even try to manipulate it. It just happened very organically. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited for you guys to see the book and to be able to read the book, and yay. So, we're always busy here, always. And doing that creative kind of work. So I'm excited. Okay, so the card today. Like I said, the energy is quite different. It was shuffling the cards. It felt different today, and I think I might have shuffled maybe 4 or 5 times, and this one literally jumped out of the deck, landed on the table, face up in the upright position. Okay. And we've had this one only once before, and this is who came to visit us today. Seal. Isn't he cute? I should say she. Isn't she cute? She's adorable. You got the rainbow in the background. You got some breaking of the clouds and blue sky. Now, it looks like rain clouds, but it's not exactly, turbulent, stormy clouds. But, you can tell it's rain clouds. And you got an island in the background there along the ocean. Now, she's not quite just right at the edge of the water. She's inland a little bit, more into the beach area, onto the rocks. Yeah, let's see. Aw. Don't you just love her face? That's what brought me into the card this morning, was her face. Yeah. You got some flowers along the edge there. She certainly is grounded to Grandmother Earth, isn't she? Got some seashells there. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any etchings in the stones. I don't see any. Seal. And I forget how to pronounce that in Gaelic. Let's see if let me give it a good try here. Oh, Ron. R-O-N, Ron. Seal. Ron. Gaelic word for seal is Ron. Yeah. You know, to me, seal energy, the spirit of seal, there's a feeling of fun, frolicking, not quite as boisterous maybe as an otter, but for the seals, they're, to me, they have this sense of play. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The seal. Let's see what the author has to say, right? The words associated with seal is love, longing, and dilemma. Love, longing, and dilemma. The cards show a gray seal on a shore of the sacred island of Iona, once known as Isle na Druidneck, the Isle of the Druids. A pale rainbow shines over the Atlantic, and on the horizon we can see the outline of the uninhabited island called Dutchman's Cap. Yeah. He goes on to say that this card calls to you from the sea people, the seal people of the sea, the Danan Ron, the song of the seals, upsets and frightens many who hear it. Its mournful and human sounds stir the heart of the listeners to the core. It is the call from the sea, from the unconscious, from the depths. It calls to us from the waters of our birth, from our beginnings on the earth, from our brothers and sisters in the animal realm who are closer to us than we dare imagine. We fear this call because we feel we may be drowned, overwhelmed by our feelings. But don't let your intellect imprison your heart. Opening yourself to the promptings of the unconscious, of the feminine, of your dreams and longings will bring transformation, healing, and love into your life. The seal speaks of the longing of the heart, of true love, of a sense of humanity and goodness. In the end, these should be the determining factors in your choice. Although the seal may represent loneliness and separation, as the Selchi imprisoned on dry land, remember that the time will come when she will be released and will act as a guide and companion through the watery realm of the emotions in the other world. Seals have a strong and special connection with the human race. I don't know if you guys can hear this. George is snoring. He's sleeping right underneath the table that I have my laptop on, and literally laying on on the top of one of my feet, and he's snoring. It's a deep nap. And so here we sit with seal, love, longing, and dilemma. And I was wondering about that dilemma piece, right? And really, it's about a choice. It's about a choice. It's about a choice between something that you're longing for and having to release something that you love, that means something to you. And so you're kind of in a catch-22, right? You want to have what you're longing for, and yet you don't want to release this other thing or this other person. And so that's the dilemma. that seal can help us with. And there's a lot of tales, literally stories, about the seal and female seals that can shapeshift into a human. They remove their coat and they become human. And many times they'll actually marry or have children with a human. And so but the call of the sea, of the water, pulls at them, pulls at their heart, right? And so here they love the ocean and they also love their human. And they have to make a decision. And many, many times in the stories, the seal chooses the sea, chooses the ocean, chooses what it's longing for. I can understand that. I can. I mean, especially if it's a place that that you love and that you can be your true self. You can be your authentic self. You don't have to use energy to try to be someone or something that you're not. Okay. And so the seal, or the silky, also known by, when they shapeshift into a human, that's not their original being, and so I can understand the dilemma, but I can also understand why they would choose the ocean. Although it had to have been, really, really hard to leave your children and to leave the mate that you love, right? Yeah. Polly Joe saying ocelot snoring too. It must be that energy, huh? It must have been hard on them yesterday too. Anne says, hello, Anne. Minnie, this one's for you. Dilemma. But there is an answer. There is, when you follow your heart. When you follow your heart, and where you can be your true self. The being that you came into this physical world as. Yeah. But that relates to so many things, doesn't it? I was just thinking about, it relates to those of us that are, when somebody is having that dilemma of coming out that they're gay, and I don't understand why we even call it that, the coming out part. I know that in the past, that individuals who were gay couldn't exactly say that because of the society, right? But in today's belief systems, because they're shifting, it's not horrendous. It doesn't end somebody's career. It doesn't. I'm not saying it's easy for them to do, but I can understand why they would want to, because then they can actually be who they really are, right? And hopefully they'd be having people around them to support them in that, who love them. And so many times it's returning to who you came in as. Yeah. And we can also relate it to even our spiritual communities, right? That we search for some place to belong. One of the topics in the April issue is about community. And when I was looking at the seal and the dilemma, right? Sometimes when we're going through our belief systems and what to keep because it's supporting us, and what to let go because it's no longer supporting us, even though it might have been something, a belief system from our childhood, right, that we were taught, and to let it go. And when we let those go, that also sometimes means that we have friends or family that don't understand our decision, and they end up leaving or fading away. right? It's not like some it's a traumatic and dramatic break, but others it's like, I haven't seen so and so in like 3 years. I wonder where she went. So it wasn't exactly dramatic exit or anything like that. It's just, um, the interest fades and you have less and less in common. And so sometimes, people are kind of caught in the middle of that. If I let that go, and especially when it's around religious beliefs or political beliefs, yeah, you're changing, you're shifting, you're becoming more and more of who you really are, and your vibration changes. And so, like vibrations meets like vibration. So when they no longer are vibrating at the same rate as you are, and vice versa, you're not vibrating with them either. Um, yeah, the energies move apart. It's a natural occurrence. And yet we put ourselves through the ringer, don't we? We make it much more complicated than it needs to be. Us two-leggeds, we tend to do that. But so seal it can bring us some information, some ways of dealing with those dilemmas, and they're just saying follow your heart. That even if there's a person or people that will tend to fall away, doesn't mean that you don't love them, doesn't mean that you don't care about them. It just means that you're heading in different directions, at least for now. Doesn't mean that you're not going to come back together somewhere else down the road, right? Because that happens all the time. We have friends like that, don't we? We have people in our lives that, like we were friends in high school, and Marley's coming over on Friday. She's our bookkeeper, but she's also my childhood friend. I've known her since 3rd grade, right? And when we graduated from high school, she went to California. We didn't see each other for like 20 years. And when we came back together, it was like those 20 years didn't exist. We picked up right where we left off. And although we were talking about the changes in our lives, where we were, we're adults, right? She had a child. But her calling was to California, and she went. It's good for her, right? Good for her. So, yeah, the dilemma thing. Seal, the energy of seal, or the spirit of seal, can help us with that. If you're finding yourself in one of those, it feels like a catch-22. Do you know why? I think it's because our mental mind kind of, we ruminate about it, and it's like that we're caught in this mental loop, and we're constantly thinking about it. And if I do it this way, if I could do it that way, or I feel like I'm caught right in the middle, and we make it harder on ourselves because we're more in our mind than the balance between the head and the heart. And I think the seal energy, the energy of seal, can help us to do that. I just want to make sure I get this right. It says, in the end, the seal speaks of longing of the heart, of true love, of a sense of humanity and goodness. In the end, these should be the determining factors in your choice. So following your heart. Yeah. The longing and the love. And this other sentence is another one that jumped out at me. It's it's the call from the sea, from the unconscious, from the depths. It calls to us from the waters of our birth, from our beginnings on earth, from our brothers and sisters in the animal realm who are closer to us than we dare imagine. We fear this call because we feel we may drown, overwhelmed by our feelings, by our emotions. So rather than answering the call, we kind of fight it because we don't want to go into that really deep emotion. This has been a theme for about a week now. I think it started out with the water dragon, right? The primordial being that in the reverse was asking us to go deep to heal ancestral traumas, but to do it slowly, right? Not to rush it. And one card after another has been about going to the ancestral roots, going deeper into our emotions so that we can heal them, release them. Yeah. And for many, I believe that that this is certainly part of a soul contract, right? To be the disruptor of your lineage, the one who has the opportunity if you choose to take it. Kind of sounds like Mission Impossible. Do you remember that old show? No, I know I'm dating myself. Some people aren't going to remember that, but I can even hear the music in my head. If you choose to take the quest and dive into your ancestral roots, diving deep into those emotions to locate to the root where that ancestral emotional trauma occurred so that you can heal it. So you can heal it, right? Yeah. And we got lots of help. Oh my goodness, we've got so much help. We had Raven, we had Swan, we have Seal, we have Horse. There were so many that were coming this week to assist. And when I asked if we needed another card to help us understand the Seal card, it was a seal is enough. Just by herself, she's enough to relay the information of the message. So if you have a longing to be as close to your original vibration, the true you, the real you, it is going to mean healing, a lot of healing work. And if you go to the ancestral roots, it's kind of that domino effect because so many things are attached to that, connected to that. He's really loud. Yeah, Georgie. That healing could be like a domino effect. And I do believe that's why we've been encouraged all along the way this week is to take it slow. It's not a race. It's not a drive-through kind of situation. That it's to take your time, especially in the plateau after you've healed, because remember we have 4 bodies we have to heal through for it to be complete. So when you heal, let's say it's the emotional body, right? And you made it through that, you've healed it, you released it, and now you're in the integration phase part of it. And that's the pace to be quiet and reflective and really taking in all of your experience through that healing process and what you learned from all of that, right? And allow yourself the time. Let it just happen naturally on its own rather than trying to put it in the microwave to hurry it up, right? Yeah. That's where the wisdom is. We can have the experience, which is really good, but it's in the integration when we bring it all into the conscious self. That is the gift that we're given, is the wisdom. It's that soul growth. And Seal, she can help us with that as we come more and more our authentic self. Yeah. And how can you refuse that face? Come on. How can you refuse that adorable face? Yeah. And hello, Tanya. She says, hi, Neshi and everyone. It's a reminder to listen to the heart, as our mind, like you said, can keep us busy in thought and bring in worry and fear. This is a great message. I think it is too. I agree with you, Tanya. Most definitely. And also I wonder how many people in the live chat would say that seal is a power animal for them, or a birth totem, because there's a couple people I know in the chat that are very connected to water, and so yeah, trying to get my pendulum out. Also, as a side note, I had one of those menopausal moments. Does anybody have information about lapis lazuli? Yeah. This piece was given to me years ago by a student, and I liked it because of the size. Right? It's small enough to stick in your pocket or in your bra, one of the two. And yesterday, you remember the energy I was telling you about? When I was getting ready for the day, this I have a couple of stones that sit on the base of an angel in my bedroom, and I had taken something. I think it was socks, out, and I closed the drawer, and I was going to walk out of the bedroom, and this rolled off the base onto the dresser. And so I picked it up and I held it and I said, "Do you want to come with me today?" And it's like, I felt a definite yes. And so I stuck it in my pocket. And so this morning, because I had taken everything out of my pockets last night, and this morning I was walking by it and on the dresser, and I stopped and I looked at it, and so I picked it up and put it back in my pocket. But for the life of me, I can't remember what lapis lazuli stands for. And I know I could have Googled it. All right, I have books. Oh, they're done at the house. I have books, but I haven't had it. I haven't had time. I haven't had time to research it. I haven't slowed down enough to take a look at it. So I thought, oh heck, I'll ask the peeps today in the chat. Somebody will know. What do you want to know about lapis? Obviously it was meant to help me yesterday. And today it was like, I just felt like, we spent so much time together yesterday. Why don't you come with me again today? So I grabbed it. It literally rolled off the base of the angel where I have a couple of stones sitting. And so, yeah. Yeah, Bobby's here. It's the third eye. Yay! Probably Joe, opens your spirit and your psychic vision. Well, okay, because I must have needed it yesterday. It was very helpful. As we were, shifting back and forth with the energy yesterday. Yeah, so it was definitely wanting to come with me, definitely wanting to help me. So, yeah. Polly Jo is saying also opens your authentic self and authentic truth. And so that's the other reason then why it's coming with me today, because look who came to visit. Look who said, "Come with me. Listen to my song." And look at that rainbow in the background, right? That it's going to be all good. In the end, at the end of your quest, it's all good. It's all good. And isn't there I know we use it for our pets, the rainbow bridge, but it's also bridging us between us and our ancestors, right? And it's right over the water. It's right over the Atlantic Ocean. That deep healing. The deep healing. Thank you for the information about La Peace. I appreciate it. And I got to back up just a little bit because I need to answer Kimberly's question here. Kimberly says, yes, I would love to know this, Neshi, as I am drawn to water. Okay, hang on. Let me put the book down on my phone. And so we'll ask. We'll ask. All right, so I'm going to take that down so you can see the pendulum. I'm going to move my camera down just a bit. All right. Okay, so got my pendulum. So we're just checking to make sure it's clear. Is my pendulum sufficiently clear to dowse with today? Yes, thank you. And am I worthy to dowse today? Yes. All right, thank you. And is it in the highest good that I dowse for Kimberly Griffith's question about seal? Oh, that's a big yes. Okay. And so I have permission from her high self to do this dowsing for her? Yes. Okay. And can you tell me the truth on that? Yes. All right. So is seal a power animal for Kimberly? No. Okay. And can you tell me the truth on that? Yes. Is seal a totem for Kimberly? Yes. It's a big yes. Okay. So you remember the difference, well, in my estimation, the difference between a totem and a power animal, right? So the seal is a totem, so it's been with you from very young. I want to see, is it a birth totem for her? A birth totem? No. Okay. But it came in to help her with this very thing. Thank you. And so you must have had something going on when you were young that would kind of mean like a second life, whether it was maybe, you were sick and had a high fever. Most kids do, right? But it would have been that, you had either a near-death experience or something like it. And so you would get another totem, and that totem seal comes in, and they're with you your entire life. They never leave you. They never leave you. So there you go, Kimberly. I'll say thanks to my team for helping us with that. Okay. And Polly Jo saying wisdom is the biggest thing, spiritual wisdom. Yeah. Yep, it certainly is. Kimberly is saying La Piece Azul is a stone of wisdom and truth. You guys are on it. I knew I'd ask the right people here. Rob saying I got pulled away with the EDI issue. I'll have to catch the archives. Okay. All right. Thanks for stopping by, Rob. We'll catch you on the flip side. I've said that a lot in the last 2 days. Julie says, I just ordered a La Piece necklace from Julie Hedges. Can't wait to get it. Oh, that's nice. You'll have to show us, okay? Yeah. Yeah. And Polly Jo sits in the second chakra. Oh, okay. All right. So the sacral. Good to know. Good to know. So, seal. Seal has come to help us with this, and I think that when we look at seal and what we can, Polly Jo's her seal. Thank you, Polly Jo. All right, so Polly Jo is telling Kimberly that seal, her totem, is sitting in her second chakra. Kimberly, in your second chakra. Okay. Thank you for that clarification, Polly Jo. Yeah, and so I really do believe this is the message coming from seal. As it says, it calls to us from the waters of our birth, from our beginnings on earth. We fear the call because we feel we may be drowned, overwhelmed by our feelings. And so if you're feeling that way when you're starting your quest, or if you get information about your quest when you're healing that ancestral trauma, is to call on, let Seal come in to help you with that, right? Because it's your emotions. That's what you're trying to heal. So don't, if you can at all help it, is not to turn away from it, is actually to turn into it, to face it, right? Yeah. Yeah, because, the work that you're doing is no small thing. Mm-mm. No, this ancestral trauma has been around for generations, hundreds and hundreds of years. And it's affected every single generation from where it started, where it began. And an emotional conflict of some sort. We know that from one of the cards, because it was all about conflict. I think that was the Raven. The resolution of oppositions, right? And so when the feelings, the emotions get pretty strong, is, if you can all help it, is not to turn away from it, not to turn away, because that's what your quest is about. So that you can disrupt that cycle, you can end that cycle, affecting your ancestors and your descendants, and most definitely affecting you, healing that. Okay. All right. So Kimberly's saying, yes, that is amazing. Thank you. Yes, I remember when I was a baby, a cat came in the window and covered my nose and mouth. So luckily Dad came in at the right time. Wow. Okay. So it feels like that is the situation, the time here. So I'm asking about Kimberly's experience with the cat. Is that when, I don't even have to finish the question, that was the time when Seal came in? It was like a gift to you. It's like, so you have at least two totems, at least two. The birth totem that you came in with, and then Seal at the beginning of your second life, right? Yeah. Because it would have been, yeah. I mean, if you would have chosen that as an exit point, right? But you didn't. Your dad came in. So that's where, when Seal came in to help you. That's nice to know, isn't it? Hey, Linda, good to have you here. Good to have you in the chat. And so for Linda, we're going to show the card again. This is who came to visit Linda: Seal. In Gaelic, Ron. And it's all about love, longing, and dilemma. And that if you find yourself in a dilemma, a catch-22, which it really isn't, it is when you're sitting mostly in your mental body, your mental mind. It's going to feel like it is, but truly, if you follow your heart in the decision making, it's not a catch-22. It might be difficult, challenging in the selection, but it is beautiful. Yeah. Linda's saying it's a beautiful card. Yes, it is. I was saying, how can anybody turn down that face? How can anybody reject that face? So adorable. And Georgie just hit the table. He stretched out and moved the table. Yeah. The seal. So, for those of you who made the choice that, yes, take that deep breath in and say, yes, I'm going on that quest. It's a soul journey quest. In the Celtic shamanism, Fire in the Head. I think Julie Shumway Hill is reading that book, right? Fire in the Head. the Imramam is a paradisus. That's where that comes from. Paradisus. Imramam is the quest. It's kind of like a vision quest in a way, but this is more like traveling through different realms. Different realms. Your spirit is, and your soul is, and to help you find the information that you're seeking. Because your soul already knows which ancestor that was, what the conflict was about. And so you guys are traveling as a whole being, to do the healing work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Imramam. They actually depict it as being in I want to call it a canoe, but that's only because that's, my perspective, a native perspective of it here on Turtle Island. The Celts might have used something called something else. It's like a dugout canoe, sort of. And I'm sure that they have a word for that. But you're traveling on the waterways, emotions. Yeah. And you're traveling, moving along, searching for knowledge, for wisdom, for your soul growth, what you're looking for. Yeah. So Seal can help us with that too. Yeah. Good. I like this one. And they were right. My team was right. Seal, she was all we needed, all by herself, all on her own to give us that information. Oh my gosh. So if anything resonated with you with this information coming from Seal, yeah, embrace it. Embrace it. And then watch, see, feel, hear, sense the energy and how it's unfolding around you today, and where this information can be helpful, whether you're a direct participant or if you're a witness, because either way, we're learning something, right? We're learning. What's the name of the deck? Linda's asking, what's the name of the deck? The name of the deck, Linda, is here. I've actually got the cover. This is the cover. It's the Druid Animal Oracle by Philip and Stephanie Cargome, and illustrated by Bill Worthington. It was copyrighted, published in 1996, right? And so its perspective is definitely from the UK, and it is from the Druid perspective. So we've been learning a lot about Druidry with this one. Yeah, bits and pieces, and the animal names in Gaelic. I'm doing my best with the pronunciation. But it's been a really good deck. It's been very, very helpful, I think. And so with the information today, if it resonated, yay, I'm so happy for you. If it didn't, no worries. It's okay. You're not going to hurt anyone's feelings when you say, nope, that didn't resonate with me. That's okay. Because there's always tomorrow's card. There's always that possibility, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, I want to share with you a little bit about what the rest of the week is going to be like, especially tonight and tomorrow. This week has been chock full of live stream shows of all kinds of information for you guys. And tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time is Polly Jo LeBay and Polly Jo's Soul Connections. It's an evening of healing and divine messages is what she calls it. And I think that's a really good description. So the first half is about the healing meditation. And so if you've started this quest about your ancestral trauma healing, that emotional healing, I would suggest is to attend the meditation tonight and take that in as your intention, and see what your team shows you and what gets healed, right? And what gets released. Yeah. Linda's asking, are you on every day? Yes, I am. Just about every day. Just about. There's a day here and there that I do take off for like business meetings and that kind of thing. But yep, pretty much every day, 3 p.m. Eastern. Um, okay, so in Polly Joe's second half of her show is the card draw. And so if you enjoy getting a mini reading, a single card draw, Polly Joe will do that for you. All you have to do is say yes, please in the comments, and I will take your name and put it on the list. And she draws the cards in the order that we find them in the comments. Okay. And if you see a little like, thumbs up, like after your name, after requesting, that means I have your name on the list. Okay. All right. And then tomorrow, Thursday morning, actually Thursday, we have our Star Nation's elders. They're in for their shows, their monthly shows. And Connie Shearwater kicks us off on 10:30 a.m. on Thursday morning with her show, Spiritual Mysteries of Life. And she's going to be sharing about higher vibrations. And Connie has actually been channeling the last 3 months, 4 months or so. So if you have any questions that you would like her to ask Spirit about, she's happy to take your questions in the comments. Yeah, her primary channel, although she does channel other than Mother Mary, but that's the person or the being that has been coming through most often in the last 4 months. 4 months. Okay, so and then at 3 p.m. Eastern is this live stream on Thursday, and then following us at 4 p.m. Eastern is Angel Therapy with Maureen Mann. And Maureen is going to be talking to us about angel signs. So you know what that means? Coins and feathers and birds and all kinds of signs from Spirit, right? From the angels. And so that's her topic and giving us some good information about that. And she usually also does a card draw on her show, more toward the end, the last maybe 20, 30 minutes or so of her show. Okay. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern is the Mystery School with Orchard and Carl Franklin. And I do the production for them. And yeah, so I'm also on with them. so I'll be doing produce Connie's show, her show, the daily live stream show. And so I'll do 3 shows on Thursday. It's good stuff. It's fun. All right. So, what are they talking about? The sounds of silence, about going within. And it's really a lot about meditation and connecting to nature. So, any one of those shows, I hope you guys can join us and be in the live chat. It'd be good to see you there. Yeah. And so enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and hope to see you in the chat for Polly Joe's evening show at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. So enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for the daily live stream and the group card draw. All right. So Bama Mina, and that's Potawatomi for until we see each other again. Love you guys.